actually benefited from technical work that our CTO and co-founder Jamie Ahmed, who we knew back when we were at Clever and tried to work with in that capacity. Um, he had kind of taken conversations that we had had when we were at Clever about these main problems that we had identified in micromobility, right? So accurate positioning and being the primary one, and started to experiment. And so he spent time separate from us at Clever Mobility evaluating enhanced GPS solutions. And he bumped up against the same problems that we were seeing at Clever. And so he started tackling the problem from a different perspective. And that's where he brought in computer vision and edge-based processing to effectively answer the question, not what are my precise GPS coordinates, but um, where am I in the context of my surroundings? So we call it contextual location awareness because
Okay.
we're not in pursuit of precise GPS based coordinates. We position ourselves more like a human being who goes outside and doesn't say, oh, what are my coordinates right now? You look around and you see that the street is a few meters away, there's a bike lane there, and then you are standing on the sidewalk. And so, with predefined categories, right, we can answer a question in real time. Am I on the street? Am I on the bike lane? Am I on the sidewalk? Am I in a parking garage? Whatever additional categories are potentially necessary, we can train our AI to do this. And so, when we founded the company, he had already created a functional prototype of this computer vision AI product that used sensor fusion. To be clear, we also use GPS in there, but it is not the backbone of our precision or our awareness technology. And so by fusing different inputs, the primary one being the camera, he came up with this new way to answer the question that is a regulatory problem, is an operational problem, is a user behavior problem. And so we were fortunate to have a really solid prototype to start with. And so that's how we started, again, with our industry experience at Clever, we knew city officials, regulators, we knew all of the competitors in the space, like the Spins and Limes and Birds. And so it was a matter of reaching out to our contacts and saying, hey, we know this is a problem. Would you like to see a prototype demonstration of our technology? And sure enough, many of them answered that call and said yes. Spin was, in fact, the first to kind of jump in, as it were, and really support us in a material way to do what is the probably hardest and most challenging part of coming up with a technology, is to take it from prototype to
Exactly.
commercially viable product that has safety certifications, is tested and built to survive in the kind of real world, right? So Spin
Yeah.
was a material partner in doing that, because think about it, they're owned by Ford Mobility, and they approach this from a hardware standpoint very much from an automotive level of scrutiny. So all of the engineers on the call were poking and prodding and saying, well, what this, that, and the other. And it was a very challenging but rewarding process to make sure that our technology could scale.